Hello, Falcons Nation. If you've been keeping an eye on the Falcons this season, you know there's been a lot of excitement around our young quarterback, Michael Penix Jr. It's no surprise that the praise for him is coming from all over, especially from some big names in the football world. The latest to share his thoughts is former Falcons head coach Mike Smith. Now, when it comes to quarterbacks, Mike Smith knows his stuff. He was the one who helped draft Matt Ryan back in 2008 and guided him through some of the best seasons in Falcons history. So, when he talks about a quarterback, you can bet his words matter. In a recent interview, Smith was asked about Penix's impressive three-game run as the starter. He stepped in for four-time Pro Bowl QB Kirk Cousins, and let me tell you, he made a mark. Smith quickly pointed out that Penix didn't just meet expectations, he blew them away. When he got the chance to start, Michael Penix Jr. showed everyone what he can do, Smith said. He has great leadership skills and a very strong arm. That's right, a very strong arm. Penix proved he could not only step up but also thrive under pressure. Taking on the starting role for a playoff contending team is no easy task, but Michael handled it with confidence. Smith highlighted how important leadership is, especially in tough situations. In his 3 starts, Penix completed 58% of his passes, racking up 737 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions, along with 1 rushing touchdown. Those numbers might not look amazing at first glance, but considering he took over for a top-level QB on a playoff-bound team, it's clear he held his own. His performance has sparked a lot of hope and excitement about his future with the Falcons. Coach Raheem Morris echoed these thoughts, saying that Penix has the potential to shine if the Falcons give him the chance. And here's the exciting part, Falcons fans. It looks like the team plans to do just that, starting in 2025. That's right. Michael Penix Jr. is expected to be the Falcons' starting quarterback moving forward. Smith believes this is exactly the response the team needs, and he sees it as a fixable situation. However, he also pointed out that the Falcons' salary cap and dead money issues might make it a bit tricky to improve the team this season. But don't worry, he made it clear that it's not an impossible challenge. The situation might seem tough, but with a young and promising quarterback like Penix leading the way, the Falcons are in a great position to build a competitive team for years to come. So, let's dive into what the future holds for the Falcons and their plans with Kirk Cousins. The Falcons have several options when it comes to Kirk Cousins. They could trade him, cut him, or keep him as a backup. Depending on how and when these decisions are made, it could affect the team's finances for next season. But one thing is certain, Michael Penix Jr. will be the starting quarterback in 2025. Now, Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What do you think of Michael Penix Jr.'s performance this season? Do you believe he's the future of the quarterback position? Or should the Falcons look at other options to shape the future of this franchise? First, let's talk about Kirk Cousins and what his future might hold with the Falcons. But that's not all. There's another name making waves in trade rumors, and it might surprise you. Kyle Pitts. Yes, you heard that right. Kyle Pitts, the incredible tight end who was once seen as a key player for this team, is now being mentioned as a potential trade candidate. Before you start to wonder what's going on, let's break it down. The Falcons have some big decisions to make this offseason. While the situation with Kirk Cousins is getting a lot of attention, there's also the matter of Drew Dowell's contract negotiations and the urgent need to improve the defense. With all these factors in play, the idea of trading Kyle Pitts is a conversation that can't be ignored. So, why are people talking about trading Kyle Pitts? First, the Falcons are facing some financial challenges. The salary cap is tight, and there's a real need to strengthen the defense if the team wants to compete in the near future. Pitts, who was drafted 4th overall in 2021, has shown moments of brilliance, but he hasn't consistently been the game-changer many hoped he would be. With so much money already invested in the offense and the defense needing serious upgrades, some believe that trading Pitts could be a smart move to help the Falcons improve their defense. But hold on. Before we dive deeper into that, let's not forget about Drew Dalman. The Falcons have a big decision to make about his future with the team. He's set to hit free agency and is in a great position to land a big contract. There's a serious shortage of quality free agent centers, and Dalman, who has been solid for the Falcons, could be in line for top-tier money. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler even suggested that Dalman could command a contract that ranks among the top 3 centers in the league, possibly surpassing the $50 million deal that Lloyd Cushenberry III received from the Titans. With teams like the Patriots, Bears, 49ers, and Packers all looking for a center, it might be tough for the Falcons to keep him around. The Falcons are already up against the salary cap, and with the defense needing all the help it can get this offseason, they may have to make some tough choices. Keeping the same offensive line for a 3rd straight season would be ideal for success, but at some point, the Falcons will need to make sacrifices on the offensive side to invest in the defense. Dalman could be one of those sacrifices, especially if his price tag becomes too high for Atlanta to match. So, what does this mean for Kyle Pitts? If the Falcons decide to part ways with Pitts, it could be to free up resources for those much-needed defensive upgrades and to ensure they have enough cap space to re-sign key players and make other important moves. Trading Pitts would be a significant decision. He's undoubtedly a talented player, and losing him could create a gap in the offense. However, if the Falcons can get a solid return in a trade, like a first-round pick or valuable assets to help improve the defense, it's something the front office might seriously consider. Falcons fans, this is a big one. I want to hear from you. Do you think trading Kyle Pitts is a good move for the Falcons, or should they keep him and continue to develop him as a key part of the offense? What do you think the Falcons should do to balance the offense and defense heading into next season? Now, Falcons general manager Terry Fontenot has said he's comfortable keeping Kirk Cousins as a $40 million backup quarterback. But if you've been following the situation, you know this is more than just talk. Veteran Falcons writer D. Orlando Ledbetter even called Fontenot's comment a joke. When you look closer, it's clear the Falcons are facing some tough financial realities. The bottom line is that the Falcons are likely exploring every option to move Cousins, and rightly so. If the Falcons can trade Kirk Cousins, they could free up as much as $27.5 million in salary cap space, which would be a huge relief for the team. But there's a big catch. Getting another team to take on part of Cousins' salary while also sending the Falcons a draft pick is no easy task. Even if the Falcons find a trade partner, getting Cousins to agree to a deal is another challenge altogether. If the Falcons can't trade Cousins, they'll be stuck with a massive $65 million hit to the salary cap over the next 2 years. That's a tough pill to swallow for any team, especially one trying to build for the future. It's clear that navigating this situation will be a bumpy road and will require some creative thinking. But here's where things get interesting. There's a potential way out for the Falcons, and it involves Cousins' former offensive coordinator, Kevin Stefanski, who now coaches the Cleveland Browns. If Stefanski takes a closer look at Cousins, he might see that there's still some talent left in him. If that's the case, the Falcons could work out a deal with the Browns to move Cousins and free up that much-needed salary cap space. Of course, there's no guarantee that this will happen. The Falcons might not be able to unload all of Cousins' salary, but any relief they can get would be a big win. We've seen similar situations before, like when the Denver Broncos absorbed Russell Wilson's hefty contract while still making the playoffs with a rookie quarterback. If the Falcons can find a way to move Cousins and fully commit to rookie Michael Penix Jr., they could set themselves up for long-term success. What do you think, Falcons fans? Is it time to part ways with Kirk Cousins and move forward with Michael Penix Jr. as the future of this franchise? If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, share it with your fellow Falcons fans, and subscribe to stay updated. Go Falcons!